Baseball fans, we've just witnessed a moment for the ages. Freddie Freeman, under the brightest of lights, delivered a walk-off grand slam in Game 1 of the World Series. A hit that wasn't just monumental in baseball history, but also deeply personal for the Freeman family. But this home run means so much more than just a victory on the field. Let's dive into why this was a night Freddie and his family, and the fans, will never forget. Freeman's grand slam marked the first walk-off grand slam in World Series history. Think about that. In all the years of baseball, this is a feat no one else has achieved, but there's more to this story than stats. Seated in the stands that night was Freddie's father, Fred Freeman, a presence that made this victory all the more meaningful. For Freddie, this wasn't just about him. It was a tribute to his family's resilience, especially his son Max, who recently faced a daunting medical journey of his own. Earlier this year, the Freeman family was tested in unimaginable ways. Young Max was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome, a rare condition that landed him in the pediatric ICU for over a week. Throughout the summer, the Freemans endured a season of hope, resilience, and unwavering love, ultimately celebrating the small victories in Max's recovery. After the game, Freddie humbly acknowledged the significance of the moment, saying, "That's mostly his moment," dedicating this victory to his son and his family's journey through adversity. Freddie himself was battling, returning to the Dodgers only recently after taking time away to support his family. And believe it or not, he played this historic game with a sprained ankle. But that didn't stop him from leaving everything on the field, propelling the Dodgers to victory with one of the most memorable plays in World Series history. Freddie's walk-off grand slam wasn't just a highlight, it was a testament to the strength that comes from family. His journey back to the game, his fight through personal struggles, and his dedication to the sport are inspiring his team and fans alike. As the World Series unfolds, we'll see how Freddie's spirit might shape this season in ways that go beyond baseball. So, as we look forward to the rest of the World Series, remember this: Freeman's Grand Slam is more than a record-breaking hit. It's a story of resilience, love, and hope. For Freddie, this moment will forever be a family triumph, a milestone of strength shared not just with his teammates, but with those he loves most. 4-0.
Israel and Iran have once again found themselves in the middle of an intense exchange, with Israel launching precise and targeted airstrikes on Iran in response to missile attacks from Tehran earlier this month. But what exactly happened, and where does this leave the tense Middle East situation? Here's everything you need to know. Let's rewind. This all unfolded around 2 a.m. local time when explosions were reported in Tehran. Footage shared on social media showed projectiles streaking across the night sky, while residents in parts of the city heard loud booms. About half an hour later, the Israel Defense Forces confirmed that they were striking what they called military targets in Iran. From a command center in Tel Aviv, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Yoav Gallant followed the operation, which concluded around 6 a.m. The White House later described these strikes as self-defense, stressing that the U.S. had advised Israel to keep its response targeted and proportional. Now, how extensive was this attack? According to the IDF, around 20 sites were targeted, including missile manufacturing facilities and air defense systems. Iran reported that 2 of its soldiers lost their lives. Most of the damage was around military sites in Tehran and other provinces like Khuzestan and Elam, though some areas appear to have escaped significant harm. So why did Israel strike? Iran has been a long-standing supporter of groups like Hamas and Hezbollah, groups that Israel is currently in conflict with. This latest escalation follows a series of attacks and counterattacks, including a massive missile and drone barrage by Iran in April and targeted airstrikes by Israel in Syria and Lebanon over the summer. In recent months, Israel has carried out high-profile operations targeting senior figures in Iran and Hezbollah, including a Hezbollah leader in Beirut and a senior Iranian official. In early October, Iran retaliated with a massive missile strike, which they claimed was in response to the deaths of their allies. Now, where do things stand? Early signals suggest Israel may be trying to avoid a larger confrontation. Reports say Israel even sent a message to Tehran before the strikes, indicating they don't want a full-scale regional escalation. Meanwhile, a senior U.S. official hinted that this could mark the end of direct fire, for now. World leaders are watching closely. The U.S. praised Israel's focused approach, aiming to de-escalate tensions in the region. The UK's Prime Minister urged restraint from both sides, while countries like Saudi Arabia and Egypt expressed concerns over the potential for a wider conflict. Israel's latest move is a calculated strike that sends a clear message, but it also raises new questions about the future of peace in the Middle East. Will this remain a controlled conflict, or is a broader regional showdown on the horizon?
The Washington Post, owned by none other than billionaire Jeff Bezos, just made waves by pulling back an endorsement they were preparing for Vice President Kamala Harris for president. And get this, it was Bezos himself who reportedly decided to kill the peace. According to insiders who spoke on condition of anonymity, the Post's editorial board had already drafted a pro-Harris endorsement for the upcoming election. It was all set to go live, but sources say Bezos made the call to hit the brakes. But what does the Post have to say about it? Publisher Will Lewis, who Bezos hired earlier this year, released a statement acknowledging that the decision would definitely stir up some reactions. Lewis explained that while some readers might see it as an endorsement or a condemnation of a candidate, the Post sees this as staying true to its core values. The decision is causing major backlash. Longtime staffers and media critics are taking issue with it, calling out Bezos and Lewis. People are pointing out that the Post has endorsed a candidate in every presidential election for over 30 years. So this is a major break from tradition. So what do you think? Was Bezos right to step in and stop the endorsement? Or is this crossing a line between ownership and editorial independence? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this interesting, and subscribe for more deep dives on the biggest stories shaping the world. See you next time.